So, take 3. So we are working on a 2005 Scion XA. This is pretty much applicable to any Scion XA because we are working on a transmission mount. My repair shop told me I failed inspection because my transmission mount was bad. Turns out it wasn't the transmission mount. He didn't know what he was looking at exactly. It turns out it was my rear engine mount, but because we have this, we're going to do it anyway. So it's really simple. I actually don't have a lot of experience in the automotive department, but I have been working pretty much all week on my car. I had a couple of things I had to replace that were just ridiculous. I had some help from my husband and my father trying to figure this out. We are using today, and this is just me by myself today, a ratcheting wrench in 17mm. We have a 17mm socket, a 14mm socket, we have a 10mm socket, and we have 2 extensions and a ratchet. Or a ratcheting socket wrench. Anyway, so we've got the car on jack stands on both sides, just with extras to be sure, in case one slips. We have a jack here. Do not use a, oh, what are they called? Yeah, whatever. Just make sure that it's like this one and not like this one, because these, as it says here, could lose their strength, I guess, over time, and you don't want your car being supported by that. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm supporting the transmission block a little bit, even though I was assured that it is still screwed into the engine block here. Here is where the transmission mount is. I've got these 2 out, of course, already, and those are, let's see, this right here. So I'm working on this center bit right now, but before that, the first thing I did, because of the little holder thing we've got going here that I knew I'd have to get around, is I removed the bolt for that, which I think you can see. Oh goodness, where is it? It's up here somewhere. It was right here. So I don't know if you can see that. I can't see my phone. I have no idea, but that's the one that I took out first, and then I took these 2 out. Now I'm working on the one that goes in here. And of course, the 10mm socket was for removing this part of the shroud. As you can see, I left the other side up because there's no need to take it off. And I didn't take this part of the shroud off either because there's no need for it. We can clearly get to it. So anyway, up above, I was having a hard time getting purchase on that last bolt. So what I did was, over here, oh, let me not turn this phone upside down. What I did was, I took this exhaust or vacuum port or whatever you want to call it for my air filter, all that stuff. I took that off, and then there was one here that had a 10mm socket on it, or 10mm bolt on it. So I undid that, and I pulled all this off, and it came out right here. You could probably take this whole thing off, but it's not necessary. If you have an extension, you won't have a problem. So as you can see right there, that's the culprit. We just put a socket on that, put an extension on it, and then when you get up here, you've got a little bit of wiggle room when you put your ratcheting socket wrench up here, and you just push as hard as you can. Now, I'm a 30-year-old female, and I managed to do it without a breaker bar, so I think that it's pretty much anybody's capable of doing it. You just have to have the tools. So yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and finish this job, but just do everything in reverse for the most part, and you should be fine. Just do not forget to support that transmission with a piece of wood in between. You don't want to mess that up. I'm pretty sure that's all made out of aluminum, and you don't want to put pressure metal on metal with that, as far as I've been told by my father, and he's worked on cars for a long time. So anyway, I might do a follow-up on what it's, you know, what the reinstall is like, but I really don't have the arms for it or a way of holding my phone while I'm doing this. So basically what this one's for, just so you know, is originally I thought I had to do all of the work from underneath. So when it came to that last bolt that's up there, I was underneath on it trying to leverage and I could not do it. So that's why I went above and I did that. But now that I can, I'm using this ratcheting wrench and I'm underneath and I'm finishing it out. So I can easier grab what I need to without having to crane my hand all funny. I can actually get a better reach from underneath with this. It was just getting it loose that was the problem. So good luck, XA owners. There is a dwindling amount of resources for us, and I hope this helps. Thank you.